the spiciest paintball gun ever, or the Sig MCX Rattler. This is chambered in 300 blackout. You can get it in 5.56, but I really don't think there's any reason to. I actually don't know why they made it in 5.56. I figured 5.5-inch barrel with 5.56 supersonic doesn't really do much. While 300 blackout subsonic out of a 5.5-inch barrel, it really does sound like, I mean, maybe a very like 300, 400 feet per second paintball gun. I mean, it's genuinely quiet, and it's just a fucking pleasure to shoot. This weighs 8 pounds, 1 ounces as configured. So with the 20 round mag, suppressor, fully loaded, stuff like that. I thought it felt a little lighter than my Virtus. I think it's just because it's all the weight that's in the front of these MCXs is on the Rattler. It's pushed more toward the center rather than on my 11.5. It's all the way out here, you know, and my Virtus weighs 8 pounds, I think 13 or 14 ounces, something like that. So, I mean, it's only 12 ounces heavier than this. I say only. Some of you are like, ounces equals pounds. I don't care. So I feel like 12 ounces isn't that much, but it definitely feels like it, just due to how it's balanced, I guess. But yeah, let's talk about how I have it set up. Start from the front here. I have a Dead Air Nomad 30. I really enjoy this can. As much flack as Dead Air is getting at this current time of filming. They currently don't have an Instagram account anymore, kind of weird, but I really enjoy this can. It's very quiet. It works really well. This is not the titanium model. I know also on Reddit, some guys have had the weld splitting. This is just the regular stainless steel Nomad 30. I really enjoy it. The light is, I just got it. It is a 18350 series light from Arasaka. So it's obviously much shorter than the 16 or 18650, I think is what it's called. But I really like the compactness on this, and it's also on a Arasaka Scout mount, I think is what it's called. It's just on M-LOK, and it just juts it out forward. So at least I don't have the flashlight all the way back here, and all I'm seeing on my right side is just suppressor shadow. BCM, VFG or Mod 3, I can't remember what the exact name is, but it's not really vertical, but whatever. Then the Leupold Delta Point Pro on a sort of Leupold Picatinny riser sort of thing. I've run this in many configurations. I did have an EOTech XPS 2-1 on there, just the single dot, no donut, and I really liked it. I liked it a lot, but obviously the EOTechs are a little bulky, especially compared to a pistol dot like this. So I switched them out, and I actually really like this configuration. Sort of, it's much more compact in terms of, I guess, being in line with the rifle, and especially over top. I mean, it's really small. So I mean, keeping the theme of staying small with this rifle, I went with the Delta Point Pro. No aftermarket charging handle or anything. I haven't put that on here yet. Just the regular SBR skeleton stock that comes with the Rattler whenever you buy the SBR. Same thing with the grips, the stock actual grip that came with it. And then I really enjoy running 20 rounders in here. It's really fun. Again, I mean, if you're shooting and not having fun, I don't know what you're doing. But 20 rounders, they look cool, they feel cool, and you can carry much more and keep your weight down. Obviously, you're not going to be carrying as much ammo, but you know, it's kind of a trade-off between looking cool and being effective, you know. And then last but not least, it's just a stock trigger in there, the MCX trigger. I like it a lot. It's perfectly fine. It's definitely way better than an AR-15 mil-spec trigger. So I'm perfectly happy with just leaving it in there for now. But I do have a Geisley, whatever the MCX SSA trigger. I have that in my Virtus, and I would be more than happy to run it on this, but they're like 350, and I'm just, you know, not wanting to spend that much right now. I think the only downside to this, to running this, especially on a range day, is expense. Subsonics, if you're shooting subsonics, with which I really think you should if you have a Rattler, especially suppressed, is run subsonics. I said I wasn't going to shoot subsonics that much before I got this. I was like, oh yeah, I'll just run them here and there, and I'll run supers all the time. It's night and day difference. Running supers, you can tell it's a 7.62 caliber. You're like, okay, yeah, this definitely has much more recoil than 5.56. But then you switch to supers, and like I said in the beginning, it's like a paintball gun. I mean, it's like you're shooting a paintball gun or shooting like a nail gun or something, and the recoil is very low, very controllable, and you can shoot it without ears. I've shot it without ears in my truck even, and it's perfectly fine. They are expensive compared to 5.56, 9mm, stuff like that. I don't know how accurate this is in terms of MOA or anything, because I don't give a shit. That's not this gun's purpose. I don't care. I'm not trying to hit something at 100 yards with this. If I am, I mean, I'll get them all over the body if I need to, but I mean, this gun, I don't think you should be testing its accuracy or worried about its actual groupings or anything like that. All right, I do not have this zeroed. Just put this optic on, but we are at about 110 yards here, and I'm just gonna see how long it takes for this sub to actually hit steel, and see just the delay, because it's kind of funny. Here we go. We are shooting 220 grain subs out of this too. Took a few shots, but yeah. A lot of people love the Rattler for a bag gun, because you're able to fold the stock and put it in a backpack of sorts. Usually, I mean, it's going to be a full-size bag, because this isn't very short. I mean, it's short compared to I mean, an AR-15 with a law folder or something, but this is definitely not as short as you can get. I would not say it's the perfect bag gun because, and this is only because I just got back from a commercial shoot for Fold AR. This is not a sponsored thing. It's just I would say I'm unbiased as possible. I mean, as much as possible. But again, I did get paid by them to shoot a commercial, but I love my Sig Rattler. I don't even own a Fold AR. But the Fold AR, I mean, a 9-inch suppressed Fold AR can fit in a regular size book bag, while this is still sticking out about 3 inches. So I would say that the Fold AR, the single fold, is the better bag gun by far compared to this, if you want to keep this suppressed and not have to screw a suppressor on. While the Fold AR, you just pull out, it's already suppressed, you fold it out and lock it in, you're good to go. And that's a 9-inch 5.56 barrel. And finally, I think that the Rattler is just extremely good looking. I mean, obviously that's an opinion, but it is just, I love it. It looks so great. I don't dislike anything about it. It's probably my favorite gun I own, and partially due to the fact that it looks cool. It genuinely looks cool. If I had like a poster or a canvas or a print on my wall of this, that would be the only art that I wanted. It looks great, and there's nothing more important when it comes to shooting than looking great. We all know that. I know I said finally on the last one, but there's a couple more points I want to make here. This gun is not very accessible, as in it is, I think this model is like $2,900, $3,000 for the SBR. I think the pistol version is like $2,800. That's a lot of money for just a rifle, a very specialized rifle for that. I mean, I can't even reach out to 200. Maybe I can. I don't know. I've never tried with sub 300, but this isn't a do-it-all rifle. This is definitely not the rifle I would grab if I were going into the mountains or something like that. So it's a lot of money for a very specialized rifle. So that's another downside of this, is just accessibility. And I mean, I know they're still making them for now, I think, but eventually Sig's gonna stop making them and you're not gonna have any parts to get. So you better, if you have one of these, I would stock up on MCX parts while you can. All parts that are not shared with an AR-15, which is a lot. So I would stock up on those if you can, if you're gonna get one of these or a Virtus, because eventually they will stop making them. And like I said, this gun looks great. It performs great. You'll see it a lot in pop culture, video games, TVs, stuff like that. So you guys know me. I love looking cool. Not really. I'm the epitome of not looking cool right now. It looks cool. It's fun to shoot. Really, really fun. And it performs great. You have an adjustable gas block up front, whether it's suppressed or unsuppressed. You can switch that around. I love this gun, but I hate the price tag to shoot it and to buy it. So yeah, like always, I'll see you on the other side.